Coming to you from the world where the Triforce Goddesses and the Random Number Gods collide, this is the Link to the Past Randomizer League Season 2. Hi again, everybody. I'm Jex Reffi, and I'm joined by Professor Renderer. How are you?
I'm doing great.
So, of course, we are of the team Talking Heads, so you got Talking Heads talking today, because we're going to talk about the Roomies versus Phendrana Drifters. We've got jmeasher and Jet082, the winner of the Randomizer tournament from the fall, so this should be a good race today.
Yeah, seeing that going up against Jet082, the winner of the 2019 tournament, and we are already underway. This is going to be here, starting things off. Jet going over to Sanctuary, jmeasher going to Link's house, both getting 10 arrows.
Map check, I saw Desert had a crystal. I thought I saw Eastern had a crystal, but I couldn't see what Hera had.
I have to wait for the double check here. I think it's for the most part correct.
Okay, green rupees is our tree pull today, so not really gonna get much there. jmeasher trying to be careful with those green guards early on. But a horde of cash inside Uncle, so that'll certainly help with, you know, either having to buy bombs or paying off the bottle vendor. Just a piece of heart at Lumberjack, or hey, Uncle has bombs too. That works.
Yeah, with the 300 rupees and 3 bombs right away, jmeasher seems to be having a good, decent advantage. Well, playing not very early in the game at least, but he'll have bombs for Kakariko.
So since we got an early start, of course, week 1 of the league is just your vanilla open mode. So 7 crystals. Nothing really major here, just your standard seed, and it's actually 3 crystals in the light world, none of them 5/6.
And Jet finds bombs of his own.
Alright, so we'll have plenty of bombs for the early game.
And just a heart piece on the mushroom spot. Alright, time for Kakariko.
Time for Kakariko indeed.
Jet, first and foremost, gonna go over to the Blinds hut. jmeasher falling behind, also gonna go and get that Blinds hut check out of the way. There's a Moon Pearl. Time to go for the well now. Inside the well, we have a bottle of a fairy inside of it. Sick Kid's already in play.
That's always good on an early CAC run, not having to go back for it. More bombs in the well, so boy, are we loaded in bombs for this early game.
For sure, and we do have quite a number of money as well. Especially for jmeasher, because he did get that 300 rupee pack from the Uncle start that he did.
Heart container at Chicken Hut. All right, sick kid gets us a shield. Some people like to see that. Some people don't. I'm mostly indifferent.
Yeah, I just see shields as something that that you have on you, and that's pretty much it. So, really, the only thing of importance here is just a moon pearl. That bottle could come in handy once we have some stuff to do it. There's a cane of Samaria locked behind boots in the library.
Keep forgetting to unmute myself. So there is a possibility that we may not need it. It just depends on if Mire and Turtle Rock are both crystals.
Yeah, and with 3 crystals in the light world, there is a chance that one of them, or both of them, depending on what happens, could have a pendant. Jet making the stop down towards the South Shore. First going to the dam.
My apologies. I've been having problems trying to get chat loaded and forgot the ad was gonna play. So apologies for that sound. Oh. Alright, so we got the dam pulled. Let's see what we get here. Just another piece of heart.
And the Jet making their way over towards the mini Moldorm cave. Use bombs for that one. Typically, I like just to hold my bomb and then just throw it at the last second. Just get some guaranteed hits there. There's a flute on the NPC of the mini Moldorm cave.
That's good for the travel, and Jet's gonna immediately nope out. I would have to imagine that's to activate it. Or not, since he's starting at the house. He hasn't done Uncle, so that's what he's probably doing, is saving Ice Rod Cave for later, now that he has the flute, and we'll go activate it when he needs to. Jamie's sure having problems with the bombs. He's down to his last one. There he goes, got it.
But he will get some bombs back through mini Moldorm cave.
jmeasher, meanwhile, is actually going to go ahead and make his way to Ice Rock Cave. Jet, on the other hand, is going to go inside Hyrule Castle, and we're going to see the front of the escape sequence.
Yeah, this is with bombs too. This is one of the more tricky ones if you're not familiar with the bomb setup.
It is possible though, because the blue guards always follow the same pattern in terms of walking, so you can kind of get the bomb set up there, and then with the blue guard, it's not as hard, but you see that the blue guard will always walk down, gets knocked up, and then you just aggro him into the second bomb, and there you go, get a small key and move on.
I just noticed that jmeasher did not get the flutes out of mini Moldorm cave.
Whoa. Wait, what? He didn't talk to the guy?
No, he didn't.
I hope he realizes that, because that could be a really big problem. He's gonna go ahead and fake flipper. Jet. Very textbook bomb escape there. Very nicely done. Okay, cash on Lake Hylia, so we're not worrying about that.
Time to go to Zelda cell.
Sorry, I have nightmares about when you're fake flippering and just that arrow guard can be a very pain in the butt. And fire in Zelda cell.
Yeah, this happened to me before. The arrow can still hit you even though you're like just below a level, because apparently the arrow is in the same plane as you.
Alright, and then Jet's gonna take a death warp and use that fire rod to head for the Dark Crossroads, because with that fire rod, that means the Dark Crossroads isn't logic.
Yeah, that's something that V31 did add in.
Okay, Ether and Red Meringue at Waterfall of Wishing. jmeasher's gonna at least keep going. He's 60 rupees short, but he can still see what's on Zora Ledge.
Just 20 rupees. Dark Cross hauling at the map.
Alright, jmeasher going to head for Sahasra's closet. Now, he still has that problem of the flute. And again, kind of goes back to what we were saying about the cane. With the cane being on library. It's gonna hurt in terms of travel. But he really would only need the flute if the mire area is necessary.
Yeah, but the ice... Go ahead.
But it is a critical error on his part if it does happen to be.
Yeah, for sure. And with the ice rod in jmeasher's hand found within the Saha closet, I mean, it's pretty late in the game. It's a pretty late game item. You only need it for one boss. To answer a question in chat, the flute was in Mini Moldern Cave on the NPC.
Which Jet is now going to activate.
Flute has been activated for Jet.
And most likely he's fluting to 5, so he's going to do Eastern and Saha as well, so he'll get his Ice Rod.
I'm assuming Jet, after this is done, is going to also follow jmeasher into Eastern Palace.
Car container in Eastern.
Yeah, that looks to be the call for Jet.
And Glove.
Found in the Eastern Palace big chest.
Alright, Jet's gonna start making his way through. And there's a compass, so no bow, no going forward. So Glove really only opens up back of escape, which we know didn't have anything, and that's most likely where jmeasher's heading for.
Which is a fair enough play for jmeasher.
And the key was in the front, so he won't be able to do Dark Crossroad. Alright, so where does Jet go from here? Alright, he's going south. Faked me out. Wait a minute. Oh, bombs. He needs bombs.
Yeah, there's a shop directly just top of, like, near the north of Lake Hylia Island, or at least Lake Hylia.
Alright. Jet now flutes to 8. So this will be Ice Rod Fake Flipper. jmeasher's now heading for the front of escape.
So pretty early on, there's a bit of crossing over each other. So, I mean, with Jet having the flute, he's able to go up the mountain, logically going up the mountain. The only out of logic check that he can do is the old man, but this is for a save and quit point, so yeah, you gotta bite the bullet somehow.
And here comes that fake flipper that Jet is about to set up. Gets it there. Do the blue guards only get... Do the blue guards get defeated by ice blasts? I thought the green guards get frozen, not defeated.
That I don't know. Probably have to run it through the lab on my own spare time.
Because I know I've seen the... Yeah, the classic freeze the green guard and throw him at the ball and chain guard. Okay, Chad is saying the ones with the keys will get killed, which makes sense.
Gotcha. Alright, Jet getting that ether medallion as well as the magic boomerang.
And a bottle of blue goo from the fairy, so that'll certainly be helpful.
Yeah, it's a good source of magic and health.
Okay, Jet checks the big 20. jmeasher doing Houlihan for Zora. He gets it done, but as always, there once was a fish named Zora, and he gives you flippers and vanilla. And Rando, he sucks for $500. We did the stupid trek for arrows, a bow and arrow set. I like an archer class.
That opens up Eastern Palace all the way.
Oh, okay, let's hope jmeasher realizes his mistake. Please go back in the mini Trolldorm cave, jmeasher. Please go back in the mini Trolldorm. Nope, no, go north. Nope, no, not that way.
This is gonna hurt if jmeasher real. If this is gonna hurt for jmeasher if Mizumire is a crystal for big time.
Yeah, he's going to do Zora to get that bow. No, chat. He did mini Trolldorm cave. He just forgot to talk to the NPC, which is where the flute is. Now, again, with the advanced logic and the fire rod, that does put Armos Knights in logic.
That is correct.
It does not put the vanilla big key chest in logic.
Which was a compass, so we're not really going to worry about that. We don't have to really worry about that.
Nope.
Oh, Jet doesn't have magic, so he can't really see it. But if he did have magic, this would be in logic. Well, even then, the fire rod's still in logic.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You just won't be able to see anything.
Yeah, now he's got to worry about. Yeah, he's gonna go grab that fairy.
That's a good backup for Jet.
Okay, so at this point, you gotta assume we're either gonna find hammer or glove at some point. Because at this point, don't say point so much. We got a couple items on the mountain to check. We've got at least Agina's cave, but realistically, like, the chances that you're gonna find the 3 items for Aga 1 compared to the 1 item for normal Dark World access. You gotta think most likely we're headed for a hammer or a glove soon.
Yeah, especially too with Jet having been the only one with a flute. He's able to go to the mountain, and there's at least 2 more checks. Well, 3 if you're not counting logic. But Jet is on the Armos fight, going to set up for a quick kill here.
5 arrows to one side of the chain, get in the other one, ring around the Armos Knights, ashes, ashes. Hey, there's a hammer!
There's Dark World access.
Lumberjack ledge has been checked. It was just a piece of heart. And this is going to be Dark World into Hype Cave. And most important right now is we know Kane's on library. We know jmeasher did not get the flute from the NPC, so he's in big trouble if Myers a crystal. And it's not, it's a pendant.
Oh, and not to mention too, there's a pendant on Turtle Rock as well. Now, one thing that can be kind of scary is if Green Pendant Meyer has Go Mode as a Go Mode item, but we won't know until like way later.
So that means we may not need the cane. There's Book. So with needing to do Desert, there's at least a way to get into Desert where you don't have to go through the flute. jmeasher's setting up the quick kill as well.
Gets the hammer.
Now, Jet's still going to have an advantage if the flute is not needed, because there's still the benefit of fast travel. But you certainly got to think at this point, jmeasher's probably going to do the same thing that Jet's doing, because now with, Fire Rod, Hammer, pods open up. Both of these runners can certainly do dark rooms. The Fire Rod will get you the Dark Basement in Logic and Helmassar in Logic, but it will not get you the Dark Maze. We should also point out earlier, Thieves Town was the other pendant. Swamp and Ice are your 5/6 crystals.
I was trying to run through my head. There's no way that Helma and the room Helma's in Logic because there's not enough torches.
Oh yeah, that's what our Mind Me, our restreamer, is saying, that Helma isn't, because there isn't a torch in the first room with the Terrapins, that Helma is not in Logic. So that's my fault. My apologies. I mean, the truth of the matter is that both of these runners can do dark rooms, so, logically, yes, Helma will be out of Logic, but both of these runners will be able to get it done.
Yeah, they know how to do dark rooms. This is no big deal for them.
Which is exactly where jmeasher is headed. Excuse me. You gotta be really sinister, as chat is pointing out. The only other requirement for Kane, well, there's Titansmiths and Pod. The only requirement for Kane would be the right side of GT. It'd be pretty sadistic if the game put the boots in GT and then you needed to go right side to go get the big key.
Another possibility is Meyer Shed and Checkerboard Cave that I'm thinking of.
Oh, that... Yeah.
And this is without the cane, mind you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the thing I'm talking about is you would have to go get boots in GT, then go back to the library to get the cane, to then do the right side to go get the big key.
Right.
Alright, so we've gotten the 4 keys in the front, and Jet is now going to go check all the party in the back.
And Jet's looking to set up for a hammer jump.
Gets it first time. Nicely done. Yeah, what's weird is that I don't want to say weird, but my first tournament was a Key Sanity tournament, so it's always like, for some reason, I've always learned how to do this dark room starting from the big chest and working backwards, and whenever I don't hammer jump, it is, for some reason, like, so much harder trying to do this dark room going the natural way.
And for me, I just don't know how to hammer jump, period.
It's one of the tougher ones, because you gotta be double pixel perfect. You basically have to set the bomb in the right spot, and then you have to set yourself in the right spot in order to get over. Now, thankfully, it's only on the Y-axis. Horizontally, you've got some breathing room. Alright, so now Jet is most likely going to make his way to Helmasar.
Yeah, looking good for Helmasar. He's got the hammer in hand. And here we'll see Jets going through the dark rooms over to Helmasar. Of course, like we mentioned before, Helmasar's out of logic, but Jet knows how to do the dark rooms, so this won't be a big problem for him.
This room has the torch. Jet having a hard time getting that torch lit. It's gonna have to burn the blue potion.
Yeah, with the room being
There you
unlit, yeah, the room being unlit, it's really annoying. You don't know where you're looking. You don't know where the terrapins are. It's a mess. But when it's lit, it's pretty much the same thing you normally do if you had the lamp in hand. Except you have already done a bit of the terrapins already. Anyway, on to the Helmasar King fight for Jet.
Gotta be careful with 3 hearts and having burned his potion, but he gets it done.
That'll be crystal number 2 for Jet.
And just a piece of heart. Alright, that's going to be it for Jet in terms of that area. We'll see what he decides to do from here. He's gonna go He's gonna go Meyer. All right. So this will be good information in terms of jmeasher not having the flute. We won't be able to get into Meyer, but if Meyer Shed has something important, then we're gonna know that it's trouble. I think that was Ether. Yeah, it was Ether. So they have access.
Go ahead.
They have access to Meyer if they need it. Sorry, my apologies.
You're fine.
All right, we got a sword and a piece of heart. So the sword may cause some problems, depending on where the other three are.
Yeah, for that to be a problem, 3 swords have to be in GT, I believe.
So you need at least... Okay, so the thing is, you need at least 1 for Skullwoods, which puts Skullwoods in logic, so I wouldn't be surprised if Jet makes his way for said Skullwoods.
The other swords can also be a Meyer too. That is a good point, Chad.
I mean, the one problem with this is that with the flute being where it is, it's gonna be a really long time before jmeasher would even think to go back there.
So Jet opting to refill his health by dot from taking a death here.
Gonna go ahead and now make his way to Mothula.
jmeasher also heading their way over to Skullwoods. Won't be able to clear it because of where the sword was at.
Which is why jmeasher is doing the front. And Jet is in the back. Which means it's time for them off. Now, Jet burned his safety on trying to do the Helmassar room, so if he runs into trouble, he is not going to have any protection against Mothula, but he's doing good with the Fire Rod. Pulling out the hammer. Still going to use Fighter Sword. Down to 5 hearts. 10 arrows in the big chest. Mothula down.
Very nicely done for Jet. Typically, I like to play this play it slow, just play it very conservatively, because I don't want to just run around and get hit by a bunch of spikes that happen to die there in Mothula.
Alright, so we saw Compass on Mothula. Now, Mothula is still going to have to be defeated for the crystal. So Mothula is the only thing that's logically blocked by the sword. But that Quake is not, so jmeasher can get that right now. But that's all he could do.
And that's all 2 items in Skull Woods, so jmeasher would have to leave anyway.
Yeah, and predictably, since he doesn't have the sword, jmeasher is leaving. Or, well, no, not. He's gonna check pinball room, then probably leave from here. Because obviously he doesn't know that the second item is in the back. Alright, so jmeasher gonna make his way over to Bumper Cave. Gonna see what is up there. Just a piece of heart.
Jet gonna head to the pinball room. Hoping for a key there because version 31 just got rid of the guaranteed small key in the pinball room, which causes there's a risk for a soft lock to occur.
Yep. Now that is advanced logic again.
Yep. Jet bomb jumping for the big chest, get the 10 arrows, and Jet is going to be out of here.
Setting up a death warp first. I'd imagine this is for a heart refill. Shovel in the chess game.
Yeah, I'm thinking heart refill.
And into Thieves Town, jmeasher heads. Just a piece of heart to start in Thieves Town. Both runners making their way through. There's big 20s, so the big key will be vanilla. Now's probably a good time to remind everybody that please be sure to give jmeasher and Jet082 follows on Twitch. Both of them from Tile Roomies and Fendrana Drifters, putting on a great show for us. And jmeasher, after 2 items in the front, says he's good. I'm gonna get out.
Yeah, with Tenet Thieves Town, it's more of those. It's a dungeon where you're thinking, do I want to do it or do I not want to do it? Typically, if you find 3 items and you say, yeah, for sure, let's go for it.
In this situation, all right, so it's tough. You got desert open to you with the potential for being boots locked. You've got Smith Chain, which is what jmeasher's doing now. And you can go up the mountain, but you're still blocked by the hook shot or the mirror. So, going to check 2 items in the back of Thieves Town versus some of the other things, they're not as limited as you would normally think. So I can kind of see why both runners are kind of going out, because there are still some things that can be done.
Yeah, and if this was a green pen in Thieves Town, given that the hammer was found pretty early, I would say just go for it because of just getting the green pendant. But jmeasher onto the digging game. Didn't find anything in the hammer pegs.
And he's got a sword, so he's opened up. He now can get into the back of Skullwoods. Now so to recap for those that may have just joined us, Library has the Cane of Samaria. The NPC at Mini Trolldorm Cave is where the flute is. jmeasher unfortunately did not talk to said NPC, so that is why he does not have the flute. The first sword that Jet has was at the Mire Shed, so that's big that jmeasher got the sword from the dig game, because at least in terms of finishing Skullwoods, he can now do that. And with Mire and Turtle Rock both being pendants, it is possible that this mistake on the Mini Trolldorm NPC could actually, you know, jmeasher could be saved from if we don't have to go into Mire or Turtle Rock.
Right. And in order for that to happen, there would be a possibility that either progression is either a Mystery Mire, Pedestal, I believe, Checkerboard Cave as well.
Yeah, Checkerboard Cave is... realistically, since we have the book from Hype Cave, both can get into, logically can get into Desert, no problem. The Checkerboard Cave would be, Checkerboard and Mire are pretty much the only two things that the flute technically would block by the logic.
jmeasher gonna go check out what the blacksmiths are holding today. Just a heart container.
Gotta think jmeasher is gonna now go finish Skullwoods with his sword. But see right there, like, even if logically we don't need the flute to finish the seed, the fact that Jet still has it is just helping him, you know, get around the light world quicker. So jmeasher is going to go into the back of Skullwoods. That's the Quake medallion is in the chest under the bridge. So he would assumedly get that. And Jet's heading back. And now going to go into Desert. Heart container on the Desert ledge. And we will see if Desert is boots locked. Alright. jmeasher burns down the Gibdos. Small key in the first chest, so we are... If the big key's on the right side, then we are not boots locked. Unless there's an important item over there.
Right.
If the big key's here, we can defeat Lammo. The $300 is not a big key. Neither is that map. We are boots locked. So that evilness that I came up with of boots in GT, and you need the Cane of Samaria from the library ledge to be able to get the big key from the right side of GT. That ain't happening, because we need those boots just to get into GT in the first place.
Yep, that is correct. Jet taking the right exit, heading for Agina Cave. Just some bombs. Yep.
Now jmeasher heads back for the Quake. So Jet now heads to 1. Time for the Death Mountain play. Really only one item in logic here, the item inside Spectacle Rock. Because this item is locked behind the lamp. You can see what's on Spectacle Rock, but without the mirror you can't get to it. And jmeasher, again, gonna make the same play to Desert, and if he would just go rightward and go back to Mini Troldorm Cave, he'd be able to do this a lot faster.
Yeah, you can see right away that Jet's advantage with the flute is definitely showing because of that fast travel. There is a tempered sword locked behind the lamp on the old man.
But what's more important is if the flute is not blocking something to complete the seed, jmeasher can at least get to Master Sword now, and he could defeat defeat Ganon. Sorry. Is this a nice palace play?
Yeah,
this is a nice palace play.
This one isn't. Very interesting play.
I'm gonna be honest, I kind of like it.
Yeah, I do too. Actually, this is gonna be a. This is a good one. I will take it.
I mean, at this point, we've got purple chest left. I think purple chest is the only thing left. Lamp doesn't really help. Mirror or hook shot would give us Death Mountain access. So, I mean, I kind of like it. You don't have the mirror, so you can't take the time to go do purple chest. And if the flippers were there, that would pretty much only mean you could do Ice Palace. So since you could fake flipper in and finish it, might as well do it.
Yeah, this makes a whole lot of sense for Jet. Just jumping a little ahead. Although, he will need the flippers eventually due to Swamp Palace.
And Chad also reminding us that we haven't seen the back of Thieves Town yet. So back of Thieves Town, purple chest. We also haven't seen Catfish or Pyramid Ledge. And both of those are available. So there are some... So I guess that's the thing, is like there are some locations left, but they're very one-off. So you might as well go ahead and... If you can fake flipper in and full clear a crystal dungeon, you might as well do that.
Yeah, and looks like jmeasher is actually going to do the pyramid ledge check now.
Yeah, I mean, part of that is you've got on Jet's end, you've got tempered sword, so that would make the cold stare fight a lot easier. Where jmeasher only being on fighter sword, that's a much more difficult ask. Having to try to do cold stare with fighter sword and hammer.
Yeah, pyramid ledge didn't have anything other than a bunch of rupees.
Alright, second item is a shield. So just one more item to go in Ice Palace.
jmeasher doing the catfish check.
And there's the boots!
That is not a kind spot for the boots.
No! 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 I'm gonna say right now, if that flute is not necessary, jmeasher may have gotten the advantage that could help him get back in this race, because there's the mirror! This could potentially be huge for jmeasher. Bonk rocks, bombs.
Now the horrible thing that could still happen is if Jet gets the boots and does get the mirror, there's still that one possibility that flippers and hook shots could be on Checkerboard Cave.
Yes, there is that possibility. So I gotta think jmeasher is gonna take this mirror and head for, or go get the purple chest. I was gonna say graveyard ledge, but hey, purple chest works too.
Yeah, this seems fine.
I mean, he'll also do South Grove Cave on the way. And Jet has a cold stare to melt. Drain your magic mirror to get the fire rod out, put cold stare in a quarter, whack him a few times with the tempered sword. Hey, Jet, you're at half a heart. He's got to be really careful here. But gets it done.
On half a heart, very nicely done.
And I miscounted items, sorry.
Yeah, jmeasher does now get the cane.
Alright. Third and final shield on South Grove Cave. Jet, most likely this is Lunchbox.
And jmeasher gonna leave the purple chest alone because he's gonna do a quick little oversight, let's just say. If you mirror right in front of the the purple chest guy, you get the item anyway, and it's a silver arrowed bow.
Okay. So this is really working out for jmeasher now. So, all right, we'll do Bombo's tablet, and then I'm going to do another recap. Oh!
That hurts.
Yeah. So let's review for the folks at home. The NPC in Mini Choldorm Cave has the flute. jmeasher did not talk to said NPC. The one sword that you see from jmeasher is from the Dig game. The two that Jet has that jmeasher doesn't is from the old man on Death Mountain, but also the Mire Shad. And, well, jmeasher's gonna need one of them for the hook shot. Now, the one thing that has worked to jmeasher's advantage in the last few minutes that we've found is that boots are at Catfish. Mirror is in King's Tomb. And the boots are how you get the Cane of Samaria on the library ledge.
Now there's now it only leaves the worst possible scenario too is now that we're pretty much a few that the hookshot's there. The worst possible thing that could happen is that the flippers are locked behind the mirror in Checkerboard Cave, or at worst possible case, Pedestal.
And Jet is about to get his boots. Is Jet missing anything important? He's about to get the boots. That is the first important thing. Mirror is at King's Tomb. We'll see what Jet decides to do once he gets boots. Desert was boots locked, as jmeasher finish us off Lambo for a single green rupee. Crystal number 4 for him. So I wonder if Jet would head back to Desert after this. But he's got a couple plays now with those boots. He knows Kane is at Library. So going to Sanctuary makes sense. And you would think he does Flanctuary, which will get him the mirror. Hey, look! Jet's going to go do Flanctuary and get his mirror.
So that will still put that puts Jet still having a decent control here, because now Jet has access to the hook shot.
Yes. But the one thing that's going to be interesting is, does Jet actually go for it? Because he's also done, he has also done the lunchbox for those silver arrows. So the interesting question is, Bombos is kind of orphaned at this point. Until, like, maybe when you get the flippers to do Swamp.
jmeasher is gonna go and do the old man. That will put him on tempered Master Sword. So at least for jmeasher, since he did check the hook shot, check the Bombos tablet, finding out that it was hook shot, he has the knowledge. Can go and grab that off the Bombos tablet.
Oh, I think we're about to go see what the pedestal has, which, in terms of flute, if we see flippers on that pedestal, that would mean really bad things for jmeasher. But get that pedestal. But here we go. Sorry, go
if
ahead.
it's not, then jmeasher can breathe a sigh of relief for now.
Yep.
Nope.
Just couch cash. So so basically at this point, him not having the flute is going to come down to Checkerboard Cave and Mire. And I would assume Jet will check Checkerboard Cave, because this is most likely to finish Desert. And then while you're here, do Checkerboard Cave. Ether Tablet on jmeasher's side is the lamp.
So logically, you need to get the flute in order to get the lamp, in order to get the Master Sword. And pretty much every other sword.
I mean, if this flute is only required for Death Mountain access, this is gonna be one fascinating seed. I mean, it already is a fascinating seed, let's be honest.
That is true.
Alright, so Jet is gonna finish Hera, or Desert. jmeasher's working on Hera. Jet fake flippered into ice. There was a bottle in there, but we had a bottle early on for Sick Kid. 10 arrows in Compass chest. Flippers on Hera big chest.
Oh, okay, so jmeasher is safe.
And that's go mode, I think. Yeah, that's go mode for him.
Yeah, after he's done with this, he's gonna get the hook shot off of the Bombo's tablet, and he's good.
And he just has to go mode swamp and ice. He knows Bombo. He knows. Oh boy! Oh boy! jmeasher's in go mode. He just has to go get hook shot and then go mode swamp and ice. Jet still has to look for flipper, and Jet does not know that the hook shot is on Bombo's tablet. Oh my gosh! If jmeasher wins this race,
That is... That's... I need a break after this, for sure.
and jmeasher that has to be going for the hook shot. He knows it at this point. Alright, there's Bombos in Checkerboard Cave.
Jet is go up the mountain.
Yeah, so that you have to think this is his play for Hera and for flippers. Now again, Jet does not know where the hook shot is, and 1 hour, 8 minutes, 37 seconds, jmeasher is in go mode. He technically entered it a few minutes ago, but details, I'm still calling it.
Pretty much. So, and the good news about this go mode here is that jmeasher could just go from the Bombo's tablet over to Hookshot Cave, over to Swamp Palace, and then go directly over to Ice Palace, and then just close out the game here.
He's double checking his map to make sure that he knows what the 5-6 crystals are. Jet not bothering with the chest where the small key is. He's just going up Hera. And jmeasher knows he's in go mode at this point. Oh! That is not good. Not good at all. Jet is going to set up a Hera pot, though. Or was going to set up a Hera pot.
Doesn't have a hook shot.
Oh, yeah. Duh. Right. Hook shot. The important thing.
Yeah, you can't even clip into the pot without the hook shot.
Nope. Which I should know better, because I've recently learned how to do Hera pot.
Yeah, Hera pot's not a really bad thing to learn. It's actually pretty straightforward if you if you look for specific visual cues through your menu.
Mm-hmm. Alright, Jet has his flippers.
There's the first male that we've seen thus far.
A swing and a spin and a troll is a dead.
Very quick, very easy fights for Jet. This looks to be the TR dive. Or
at least the East Death Mountain play.
Yeah, East Death Mountain play. That makes sense.
Alright, that's crystal number 6 for jmeasher. Just has to go mode Ice Palace. And then make his way to GT. Alright, there's Cape.
Crossing the Dark Death Mountain. jmeasher heading for Ice Palace now.
Jet got a combo doing both Paradox and Super Bunny together using the mirror. Now, jmeasher's building a lead at this point. If he were to somehow find the fourth sword and get himself to tempered, because the one he's missing is the one in the Mire Shed that he can't get because of the flute. So that's the one thing that would really help him out right now.
And even if he doesn't get the third sword, the fourth sword at least, for it to get tempered, Master Sword Cannon with silvers is not that bad compared to Master Sword Serverless. yes, you have to spin for the first couple of phases, but afterwards, phase 3 and 4 are just a cakewalk.
Yeah, I mean, there is that. Now, the one other consideration is the gauntlet itself, because if you have Tempered Sword, all the enemies through the gauntlet you can one-hit to kill. Whereas with being at Master Sword, Red Zyzax, you're going to have to take 2 swipes at. You're going to have a harder time with the mobiling guards as well. And there's butter on Super Bunny. So maybe, just maybe, if jmeasher decides to check Super Bunny on his way to GT, maybe he gets that temper. The fact that TR isn't open kind of, I think, plays in his favor. Yeah, so let's do one last recap. Hold on. Ether was needed for both Misery Mire and Turtle Rock, and I think Jet may be making a Turtle Rock play. Or at least opening it.
Yeah. And, I don't know how to respond to this, really.
I mean, 5 items. You've got the means to full clear it. 6, technically, with Mimic Cave. Like, it ain't a bad play. It's just, unfortunately, the wrong one.
Right. That's, as best I could have described it if I knew the words for it.
jmeasher's got to be careful, even with Blue Mail, only 3.5 hearts left. Master Sword's gonna make this Cold Stare fight harder. Just slow and steady. Use those Master Sword spins. There you go, 1 puffball down. Oh, one more hit. Two, 3, got it!
Nice!
3 puffballs are down for jmeasher. That is crystal number 7, and there are 22 locations where that Ganon's Tower Big Key can be in the basement of Ganon's Tower. If you want to play in our guessing game, you need to guess the number between 1 and 22. Haven't subscribed to one of our 6 speed gaming deals or donate 250 bits to Professor Renderer! What you guess?
Let's go 12.
We'll say 2. I'll say 2. Alright. So to recap for those that may have just joined us, because this is a really fascinating scene. The mini Moleworm Cave NPC has the flute. jmeasher did not talk to him. One of the swords is in the Mire Shed, which is why jmeasher is only at Master Sword. The hook shot was on the bumper ledge. Boots were Quakefish. Mirror was at Mirror was at King's Tomb. And jmeasher somehow is about to pull this race off because he managed to check words.
Bombo Sapler?
No, Catfish. And get lucked out on the fact that nothing was locked behind the flute.
But jmeasher does get the Tempered Sword off of the Super Bunny Cave. jmeasher now opening up Ganon's tower. And with that, 21 chests and a torch separates jmeasher from the big key and completing this seed. Let's do this.
And while I was talking, he did get that sword from Super Bunny Cave. So he's got Tempered Sword and Silvers, he's good.
Yep.
Alright, 1 big 20. 2 50 bucks, no key, you gotta go left. Three small key. Rip Bob, we hardly knew ye. Jet, meanwhile, unfortunately, is gonna keep making his way through TR and not gonna find the hook shot, which is the only thing holding him from go mode. Number 4, small key. 5, big key. Hook shot was an ether tablet. Or Bombo's tablet, sorry. Lamp was an ether tablet. Which, that's the other thing about this crazy, kooky, the way this seat worked out, is that the flute was technically, logically required to get up on the mountain because the lamp was on ether tablet.
Yeah, and jmeasher happened to skip it. And initially, we thought that was going to be, it was a very risky play because of a lot of things that could lock some like progression on just from that flute alone.
Alright, but at this point, the randomization is done. jmeasher miraculously has Silvers, Tempered Sword, Blue Mail. He's just got to execute his way through this gauntlet, and he is going to win this race without missing, with missing the flute at the Mini Moldarm NPC.
Yeah, that if that isn't a way to, if that isn't something just to be very shocked about, and showing how these runners, and among these 64 teams that we have in the league, 192 players in total, I don't know what is.
We did forget to also mention that Rocky2418 was the winner of the Big King guessing game, so congratulations, you have earned 25 points. Trinex is down for Jet and his disappointment that, yeah, TR really, yeah, you didn't need to go in there, bud.
Yep, that leaves Jet wondering, what now?
I still cannot believe we are watching jmeasher on the verge of victory. When, like, 5 minutes in, missed one of the more, like, Sphere 1 locations that you always check.
Yeah, and to recap, pretty much, it's because of jmeasher's play to just leave the flute alone on the Mini Moldarm Cave NPC. There were a lot of things that would have blocked jmeasher from completing these. I guess we're just trying to complete the scene until you realize, oh, right, I missed something. Where is it? It's Mini Moldarm Cave NPC? Oh dear. But in the face of adversity, somehow managed to pull it out.
Meanwhile, Jet is still looking for the hook shot, which we know is on Bombo's tablet.
Moldarm 2 down for the count.
And Jet, he's gonna open up Meyer now. Just gonna take him further away. Meanwhile, jmeasher is on Aga 2. Taking his geometry test, gets a double to start. Gets another double. Jet giving Chat the bird toss. And triple double for jmeasher means Aga 2 is down, and it is time for the big pig!
Again, I have to say this. jmeasher in a situation where he's off to fight Ganon, in a seed where flute was logically required, and for somehow managing to pull it through, when we thought that the game was just about over, jmeasher found the boots on the catfish. Mirror was in King's Tomb, and the hook shot happened to be on the Bombas tablet. And then flippers were in the Hera chest.
I mean, this is just fascinating to watch. Like, once we get jmeasher in for an interview, I've gotta know. I mean, it's gotta be just a simple check. But still, like, this has been such a fascinating scene to watch.
Yeah, it definitely was something quite an interesting scene to watch, especially if you're a fan of jmeasher and the Tile Roomies.
Man, Ganon's really, like, not wanting to end this.
But he does open it up. On to phase 4. Silvers are his true weakness.
Oop, little trouble with the torch there. Okay, good.
It doesn't matter, really. It's torch glitch with silvers. It just... doesn't matter at all.
Yeah, but he was close to the ledge. But doesn't matter because jmeasher has Ganon down. And after 10 minutes into the start of this race, when he did not get that flute, I cannot believe that after all of this madness, jmeasher has now finished with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 27 minutes, and 28 seconds. Spam those GGs in chat. Holy cow.
Yeah. I have a hard time believing that that win just managed to pull through. And, I honestly don't know. Like, that alone was just... I don't know. And then, yeah. I have no words.
I am stunned right now. And, Jet, I can now report, has forfeited, given that he has not found the hook shot at this point. So he has decided to go ahead and forfeit. I really want to see if jmeasher is going to join in for an interview. There's Jet. And we've got Jet joining us in chat. GG.
Hi, GG.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think you and I are laughing. So, if I may pull the curtain back a little bit, you two have been talking about the race, and like while we were watching jmeasher go through GT, he was finally asked where the flute was, and you told him where it was.
I'm like,
and,
what?
Like, literally right now, literally just as Jet was coming into chat, jmeasher finally read where the flute was. Oh my gosh! jmeasher, you do not realize how lucky you are right now.
I do now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hera.
GG.
Let me put in flute, most overrated item in the game, clearly.
Yeah, who needs it?
Man, I was fluting all over the place too. I didn't even think that would be because it's from Mini Moldorm, so I'm like, whatever.
So was that a helpful guy?
Yeah, it was helpful
Yes.
for me wasting
Oh.
time.
Oh my god. I didn't realize I just went on my merry way. The problem was I was so disgusted with my bomb kills on the mini Moldorms that I just must have not been thinking about it at all.
yeah, and we were worried right from the gate that because there were a lot of things that could have happened in this seed that would have gave Jet the win, and it just never happened. You just managed to pull it out in the face of adversity.
Well, and I about midway through the seed, I was like, I don't even want to see the flute at this point. It does nothing but give me access to areas I don't want to go. In area I don't want to go. So
I actually felt the same way about boots. I'm like, I did not want to see boots because that would be Kane, which means 2 pendant dungeons.
yeah,
So I
and
was
of course,
actually really hoping for Mir instead.
yeah, and of course until got to desert and I saw we needed boots anyways. I was like, well, at least
Right.
that prevents the potential of the boots being required from GT to get that cane to get something stupid like having to go right side GT. But I mean, all I can say is like I typed in the chat there, we all get lucky sometimes. That's absurd.
I mean,
Can't
this
believe I did
seed,
that.
I mean, to your point though, this seed was so fascinating from the fact that, boots were a catfish, that led to Mirror at King's Tomb, which then led to the hook shot on the Bombos tablet. Like it was this seed was set it was how fascinating how this one was set up, and then just that one mistake of not checking the flute, and just like how much like that just changed how the routing worked in terms of what you guys could or couldn't do.
Yeah, I think that's just rando in a nutshell. Even the order you get items in has such a huge effect on your time, like what you end up being able to go mode. Like in this case, flippers being my go mode item ended up allowing me to go mode swamp and ice. So that's a lot of what went towards the time being super low. But yeah, I mean, it really just came down to those 2 items, and luckily for me, flute didn't end up being needed. It was funny too. I watched the first race between our teams last night, and I had in the back of my mind, it's like, oh man, catfish is gonna boom us again here. And I almost ended up going to do it after pod, just because I was so worried about it. But Mitts opened up too much, and
Right.
I was like, I still didn't have boots, funnily enough, and no mirror. So I was like, I don't really want to do this with so much open on the other side of Dark World.
So if I can ask, was your go mode hookshot or flippers?
It was flippers, because after
no wonder.
yeah, because after I got boots, I immediately went and did King's Tomb, got the mirror,
Sure.
and just decided to I'll get all the checks that I had left on West Dark World done. So Purple Chest, Cave 45. The only thing I skipped was Graveyard Ledge, and that got me everything. Like, got me the info on the hook shot, got me the silvers, and then I just went straight in and finished Desert. And at that point, I had done pretty much everything else, so I was like, I kind of have to go up the mountain. I know that there's either a flute. I was like, I know there's a flute or a lamp somewhere that I have missed. I assumed at the time that it was in Thieves Town. I was like, whatever it is, I don't care at this point. I just want to get up the mountain and get my flippers because I know that's my go mode. And yeah, luckily for me, ended up being right there at Hera, and it was just like, all right, it's time to go.
Yeah, I mean, once he found flippers, that was go mode for him. He knew it. He just went for it. Whereas Jet, once you got your flippers, you continued to Columbia
I had
Mountain.
to.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew at the time. I felt at the time after getting boots so late, I'm like, I'm not feeling great at that time anyway. So I'm like, I need some sort of play that's going to pay off. So Back of Thieves was dead to me because if it was there, I felt like I was going to lose anyway. So I'm like, I need to hope it's in Turtle Rock, like the hook shot's in Turtle Rock for me to have a chance. And it's like, no, let's just 2 fetch quests. How about that instead? Just waste more time.
Wow. Just wow. So that's the Jet. Unfortunately, I have to say this is kind of the wildest swing for you I could possibly think of. You win the fall tournament and then lose this race in the most weirdest way possible.
Look, honestly, I feel like this seed is definitely one of the worst I've seen. That Light World, before you get your Dark World access, was disgusting. And then it wasn't even if you sort of god routed it, going up to Catfish, getting boots, like you still have to like you have to go up to Death Mountain to get flippers, and you have to go down to it's an awkward seed.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I felt cheated during the first half of this. Was like, I'm racing Jet. Like, what the hell? Why is it when I'm racing Jet, we get this nonsense? Obviously, I ended up getting lucky. It ended up working out for me. But yeah, that opening was really terrible. Yeah, just really awkward item placements with boots leading to Mirror and King's Tomb. Like, obviously, you want those 2 items to be able to route those particular checks in. Yeah, it was something.
Certainly something. What a race to get to kind of open up the first week of the league. So, but GG's to jmeasher, Jet, GG's to you. It was one of the more fascinating races I have ever watched, and we certainly had a pleasure watching both of you. So everyone, please be sure to get follows to jmeasher and Jet082 on Twitch for this fascinating race. Good luck to both of you guys moving forward in the league.
Yeah, thanks for coming, and thanks for all the people tracking and everybody watching.
You're welcome.
Jet, anything you want to add before we close it up here?
No, thank you guys for the restream. Sorry for being slightly late, but you guys seem to have gotten it, so
Hey,
GG's. Good luck, Tile Roomies.
Hey, good luck to you guys as well.
Certainly worth the wait, Jet. So, thanks to both of you guys. Thanks to our tracker T Sigma 6 for keeping track of all of those items, and Professor Renderer of my team Talking Heads. Certainly a pleasure having another Talking Head in the commentary booth tonight.
Thanks. It's great to have a talking head like you as well.
All right, we got one more race going on in Speed Gaming 3. We've got the Moogle Charm of the Double Dippers and Nabs of CLW. Scruff Ninja Tuna and Wall Kicks are taking care of commentary over there. So jump over there and get the last race of the night before we kick off tomorrow. So for Jet, for jmeasher, for T Sigma, for Professor Render, I am Jex Reffi. Thank you all so much for watching. I certainly hope you had a pleasure with that race, and we'll see you next mission.
Take care.